Check it out, it's your boy Bud Light. We back, another episode, Light News Special. Hope you staying in tune, feel me? We're gonna cover certain things that I feel like my people into. And I'm gonna give my opinion too, because this is my channel. Alright, we're gonna start off with the ex-legend, the ex-icon, one of the members, the founders of like the hip-hop culture, the breakdance and all that type of stuff. Afrika Bambatta, from out the Bronx, Soundview Projects to be exact. You know, he was a musician, all that stuff, but he also was a well-known gangster in the streets. And he was with like the Zulu Nation, who was back in the day, they used to, get involved in criminal activities allegedly, but then he turned it into a positive thing. Well, back in the news, I don't know if you remember a couple years ago, some dudes came out, said he was molesting them way back then. He was basically a pedophile who seeked out young boys, looking for young boys, and doing certain things, But he back in the news now. He's going through another case. It looks like he's gonna lose the war. He's in a court battle right now with Jhon, and it's looking bad for the boy. On Monday, April 11th, the Jhon filed a motion to default judgment against the Bronx native in the Bronx Supreme Court on a case involving sexual abuse of a child. The Jhon claims Bambatta molested him for 4 years in the early 90s, and he claims it started when he was 12 years old. The complaint was filed by Hugo G. Ortega on behalf of the anonymous plaintiff, believing his client should be granted a default judgment against Afrika Bambatta, whose real name is Lance Johnson, because, Bambatta failed to appear in court, so he's basically just ignoring it like it's gonna go away or something. Bam's lawyer released a statement. Recently, defamatory statements have been published seeking to harm my client's reputation, so as to lower him in the estimation of the community, while deterring others from associating or dealing with him. The statements showed reckless disregard for the truth. They were published with knowledge of falsity and are being made by a lesser known person seeking publicity. Valuable cultural resources such as Afrika Bambatta's good name and times should never be used to assist a mediocre person. Asinine request for social media popularity. One thing I did notice is they said social media popularity or like superficial gain. Now that's the key, because I feel like they're talking about the boy Hassan Campbell. And he's a YouTuber, and he came out and telling the story about how he was molested by Afrika Bambatta and whatnot. And I'm thinking, is he the Jhon Doe? Because they said he's going for media gain and social media popularity and all these type of things. The other guy, Savage, and these other dudes that accuse Bambatta of doing this stuff, they're not in the media, they're not in social media, nothing like that. So I'm guessing they talking about that boy Hassan Campbell. And he gotta be careful, because these lawyers use tricks. They say stuff like that to provoke, so that way you come out the box and let people know what's going on out of anger. And then you get the pressure of, by everybody else about what you're doing or whatever else. So yeah. I'm thinking it's Hassan Campbell, I don't know. So that was Bambatta's lawyer. So basically somebody who's not famous is mediocre. That's what you just said. That was his statement. That was her statement. And she basically said the person that's making the claims is a mediocre person. Why? Because they're not famous? That really didn't make no sense. That was pretty stupid. Actually asinine. And also, like, several people came out against this man. And it was well known in the neighborhood where he's from, the type of stuff he was dealing with. So, from my educated guess, it looked like we got a freak boy alert. Because tell the truth, anybody going through some stuff like that, they're gonna want to fight it in court. They want to go to court, and get the truth out. They don't want to avoid it like it's gonna go away, because that means you're guilty. That's just what I think. He went through a rough life, they say, as a kid, and he ended up on the wrong side of the tracks. Who knows what happened to him as a child or whatever else, or why he has these sexual urges for little boys. But I honestly believe yeah, he has an issue. He got a problem, and it's gonna come down to he gotta face it. He can't run away from it forever. Freak boy alert! You gotta go to court. You gotta handle your business because that legacy is over. You don't have the same power you used to have. These kids are grown men. And this kid, he said it started 4 years, so he was 12, 13, 14, 15. He was 16 years old, wow. So these dudes are brainwashed, and when they turn 16, I feel like, yeah, you affected their life as an adult, for sure. So this is some real freak boy alert. This dude is crazy. He running around messing with boys and think he gonna get away with it. When the boys turn to men, it's, it's ugly. So basically Bambatta is in a lot of trouble. He's sitting there trying to avoid it. He don't want to face the truth. Freak boy, you gotta face the truth. Get it over with, do what you gotta do, and then come back home, you know what I mean? Whatever. But until you face the truth, I'ma assume you guilty. You know what I mean? That was a light news special, just had to get that off my chest.